have 1 day to finish this painting. It's 5:58, and I need to finish, I would say, by 7 a.m. So I have a little bit over 12 hours, and I need to log in. So even though this is like 11 by 14, for some reason, it doesn't matter what size the canvas is, I've just been having a hard time finishing a painting in 1 day. But the first thing I'm going to do is just clear my area a little bit because I'm getting kind of claustrophobic. And since I'm staying up all night, like, I filled this whole thing up with the black tea, and I drank it and it did nothing. Like, I was still tired and I went to sleep, but I filled this whole thing up and I drank the whole thing and I still went to sleep. Mind you, it's pretty powerful black tea, and usually it'll keep me up, but I think I was up, but usually caffeine makes you more like task focused or just focus in general, but it just wasn't working. Like, I was just up just on my phone. I wasn't really doing anything. Mind you, I was sitting right here just painting right there. And then I got two more teas. And then on top of that, I took a ginger shot. This one is really good. It's for clean energy. And then I took an immunity shot, and then I have one more. I don't know which one I took, but this is the immunity one. And these tend to keep me up too. Yeah, hopefully this is not too much. This was indeed too much. I don't know why I thought this was okay, but this mixture that I did had my body on factory reset for the next 3 days. Do not try this. Mind you, I'm not like a complete idiot, so I didn't drink all of these at the same time. I drank the black tea the day before, and I drank the 2 teas during that day, and then I had the ginger shot on the way to get the tea, and then I had another ginger shot when I came back home. Please do not try this. Also, I have this one I want to finish, and then this one. So I'm hoping I can get 2 done. 1 done, and I'm perfectly fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna start. What's supposed to be happening here is like, this is like a resilience painting. So we have a flower here, and then this side is supposed to be like one building, and then this side is supposed to be the other, but I cannot figure out how to edit it on my iPad, so I'm just gonna try to just figure it out while I'm painting it, and that's probably what's gonna make it take a long time. Wow. Bro, can you see like the heat? Okay, let's get into this piece. So I started painting this December 24th. Or I started it December 23rd. But I didn't really get far, and then I started like to really get into it on December 24th. And that whole day I worked on it, right? This painting is for someone, and the person that is for, she didn't give me like a reference or anything. And at the time, I was like, this is perfect because I'm really trying to get out of using a reference for my art. I feel like I hate that. Like, I feel like I can't be creative. I need to make something my own. And if I just have a reference and I'm just painting that, I feel like I'm just recreating a picture. I'm glad she just gave me a concept. She gave me 3 concepts, but things were just not working out. So I end up picking one of them, but we agreed on it. And when I picked it, I had like a week to finish it, without explaining the circumstances. I had a week to finish it, and I was working, so I had like the last 2 days to even work on it. So basically, I had to cram it into this one day. So in this one day, I had to figure out what I was painting and paint it all in the same day. Like, my painting process is so long, which is why it's very hard for me to get the motivation to paint. Because it's like, dang, when does it end, you know? Like, it's hard to see an end point. But I'm kind of getting used to just being patient. And, like, when I finish it is when I finish it. So I had no idea how to put this piece together. I just picked a few pictures and then I just started painting it. Like, and as you can see, I was really struggling with it because I keep erasing things. And this is really just my whole painting process. Like, I tried to look at some other artists' time lapse and they do not do stuff like this. Maybe there are artists who do, but when the majority of artists I see, they put their stuff down and it's perfect. Like, they don't have to like rework the way I do. They put their stuff down and it's the right proportions and they can finish a painting in 10 minutes. Me, I could never. Like, I don't know. I did find one artist. She was doing like a digital artwork. And she kind of did it similar to me. I was like, finally, I'm not alone. But digital artwork is kind of, you could still kind of do it fast because you're not literally putting paint onto a canvas. But yeah, this is why it takes me forever. But I really like this process because I think it shows my skill. And it brings a lot of texture as well, which I really like. But let me explain the painting. So this is supposed to be a resilient painting. I forget exactly what the concept was, but it was like resilience, blah blah blah. But in the photo, it's supposed to be what's the tower called? Oh, the Empire State Building on the left, and then the Philadelphia Art Museum on the right, because she wanted it to be two of her favorite buildings. Well, two iconic buildings. First, she told me she was going to give me 10 buildings, but then things happened, and I only got to do 2. But yeah, it was just very frustrating trying to get the proportions of these 2 buildings, especially the Empire State Building. It wasn't looking tall enough, and I couldn't understand why. And then on the right, I couldn't even like comprehend how I was gonna put the Philadelphia Art Museum. And then when I finally added them, I was like, the perspective is just not perspective. It was just like my mind was really just, y'all don't know how stressed I was painting this. It was just crazy. Like, you could see me at a car here at the end of this clip, and then I erased it because I'm like, the perspective is not right. That's when I realized. That's why I added the car, though, because I wanted to see if my perspective was off, and it was. And you're probably like, Sarah, why don't you know where you're painting? But that's like my biggest problem. Even though a lot of artists just put the canvas up and then they start painting. But my thing is, I need to know what I'm painting in this instance. And to easily solve this problem, I could have drew it out. But that's the thing. I can't stand drawing. I hate it. I like painting. I don't like drawing. I don't keep sketchbooks, even though I have some, but you wouldn't even see 5 full pages of sketches in there. It's terrible. I hate drawing. But I'm trying to get into the habit of pushing through that and actually drawing it out before, because it could really save me a lot of time. And plus, drawing like constantly would just improve my skill, which is the main thing I'm focused on. So I decided to add a car to the painting, and I kind of also wanted to add the car because I wanted to see if I got the perspective right, because like that would really tell me, because when I finish this, it just looks normal to me, like as if the perspective is correct. And then I started to paint the car, and I was like, wait, where'd I put the car? So I put it on Procreate, and the car was not lining up. So that means the perspective is like way off. And that's kind of annoying, like, because, like, let's say there was a car right here. Like, oh my gosh. Since, like, I guess the camera is like here, but the car would have to be way bigger than the flower. But if the car is bigger than the flower, like, it will be covering up the buildings, which wouldn't make sense, because the buildings have to be bigger than the car, unless it was like the buildings are farther away. But if that was the case, the buildings would be smaller. Okay. So this is the finished piece. I got so frustrated to the point where I just turned the camera off and I just finished it. I needed to lock in. The reason I added the card was because I needed the fastest way possible to know if I liked what I was doing. Because, you know, like when you're painting and then you let it marinate overnight and then it looks terrible when you wake up in the morning. Yeah, I needed the quickest way to do that because I had no time to let it marinate. But yeah, came out pretty good. I really like how stylized it came out. She liked it. And yeah, it looks way better in person. This picture doesn't really do it justice, but I really like it. It's really textured. I really like the flower. Yeah. Okay, it's January 3rd. This is like how many days after? Yeah, it's been a long time. What was that? 6, 7. It's been about 10 days since that last painting. I did end up finishing it. All I'm gonna say is that whole drink combo that I did before I started, I do not recommend doing that ever. Yeah, that is not a good idea, because that whole day was just torture, basically. I was so tired the entire day, and I had to stay up, and yeah, I wouldn't do it again. I remember at one point I was on an escalator and I almost fell off. Like, that's how bad it was. I'm just glad I ended up finishing it. It came out pretty good. I finished it right on time, which is why I couldn't get sleep. I usually try to stay away from not getting sleep, but I had to lock in. So yeah, we're on to the next one. This one is for someone. The last one was for someone too. This is a painting of a 2010 Honda Civic. I was only asked to paint a 2010 Honda Civic, but I feel like just painting one is kind of just, I don't know, I think that's kind of boring. I'm trying to make it like a more cool painting. I kind of like this muddy color that it has going on, but I don't know if the person that's receiving it would like that, so I am going to change it probably to black and white. This is the reference. Okay, next painting. So I showed this footage to the person that it is for, and he was like, "Why did it take you that long?" And I was like, "Look at the way I'm painting." He was like, "You need to draw it out first." And I'm like, "No, I hate drawing. The main thing is that I hate pencils, and I'm trying to get into drawing, but when I draw, I use a pen because I'm trying to train myself to get things right the very first time. So in my sketchbook, I sketched out like some cars, and like if I messed up, I just moved on to the next car and I drew it again. And then if I mess up again, I go on to the next car. I'm trying to get out of the habit of erasing and getting things right the first time. But I really hate pencils because I hate the way pencils feel. Like certain lead, I guess, I like the way it feels, but most pencils, I cannot stand the texture. I hate it so much. I don't know if this is a good angle, but I'm going to finish this tonight. I'm not leaving here until I finish this. Seriously. I'm so sick and tired of this. I ran out of tea, so this is my nighttime drink. Yeah. This is gonna probably take me all night because I still have to render all of the cars. I then have to color the cars, which they're only gonna be like black, so that should be. And then I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with the background. I was thinking putting blue and then some smoke and some fire, but I don't know, envisioning it, I kind of don't like it, so I might change it to like a purple background. I was kind of thinking that because I think it will look better with the black of the car. I just don't know what color to make the fire. Like, I really don't want to do this, but here we are. Yeah. Because then I have one right behind it. Ideally, I want to get them both done tonight, but I know I'm not going to. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Again, I do not want to be doing this right now, but I need to do art. So let's get started. Yeah. Bro, I don't want to do this. Oh my gosh. Quote by Da Vinci, I think, where it's like, painting is easy when you don't know how, but very difficult when you do. And that is one of the best quotes of all time. Because I remember when I was first starting, I could pump out probably 7 paintings in a day. Because I was just painting. I didn't know what I was doing. I had 3 steps. 3. Now that I'm learning new techniques, it's taking too long. What is going on here? It's this freaking thing in the way. This is why I don't record. Okay, hold on. Anyway, another reason why it takes me so long to finish a painting now is because I don't know how to paint the things that I'm painting. Because I completely started my style over 2 years ago now. Well, a year and some change. But it's about to be 2 years because it was May of 2024. Completely started over and I changed subject matters. So it's like I'm completely relearning how to paint these things. And some of these things I've never painted before. Like these cars, I haven't painted that many cars before this one. And then the last painting I just did, that one took so long because buildings and landscape cooks me, bro. It cooks me. I hate it so much. And then flowers, I hate painting flowers. Cars, the first time I painted a car, I wanted to punch a hole through my painting. But the first car I ever painted, that was like the best thing I ever painted. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how I did that. But I'm growing to start liking cars. Yeah, I'm just relearning how to paint. As I'm doing this voiceover, I'm really looking at this footage, and even though I'm not even in the moment anymore, it's just pissing me off. Like, do you see how I'm painting? It's just so aggravating. Like, I'm just getting rid of stuff and putting it back. Like, it's really just a perfectionism, and I need to make it go away. Seriously, because the thing is, I'm not going for realism at all. So it makes no sense to why I'm doing this. But I ended up going with the purple background. I thought of the blue at first, but then when I imagined it, it seemed corny to me. What I was imagining. So I ended up making it purple. I'm gonna be honest. As I speak, it's still not done. This is the last footage I have of this painting. I still have to finish it. I like how it looks in its current state. Like, the car I'm painting is the most thing that's rendered right now. And the face of the car looks pretty good. But that's about it. It still needs a lot of work. My deadline for this painting is coming up though, as well. So hopefully by the next time I upload, this painting will be done. I wanted to finish it tonight, but it is currently 4 a.m. So that's obviously not happening. And by the way, it's February 21st. I don't even know if I can call myself an artist anymore. This is the current state of the painting. Like I said, I think this part is not too bad. Like, especially on the right side, I think it looks really good. But that's about it. It's like nowhere near done. But I think if I really put my mind to it, I can finish it in one day. It's just not gonna be today. So yeah, thanks for watching.